Hello, welcome to the first RGF Recap Show. I'm your host, Sandy McDandy. Tonight, we'll be recapping this week's matchups and going over the news around the league. In a grueling matchup this week, Matty Ice, with a 1-3 record, takes on White Lightning, who's 0-4, in an effort to see who sucks more. Before the game, Matty Ice publicly stated, "Well, my pro team sucks, my college team sucks, my fantasy team sucks. I'm going to bed." When we reached out to White Lightning for comment, he was quoted as saying, "Wait, I have a fantasy team?" It didn't look good early for Matty Ice, as Fred Jackson rushed for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns, but his team rallied around Alshon Jeffrey, who posted a team-leading 40.8 points to get Matty Ice's second win of the year. White Lightning, with a preseason projection to finish second in the league, has yet to post a win this season. It appears that White Lightning likes to win just about as much as D'Angelo Williams likes to score touchdowns. Our next matchup features two middle-of-the-road teams in Joker and Going For ... not last. Joker put a smile on his face when all of his starting players posted double digits this week. Going For ... not last did not have much to smile about this week, as nearly every one of his starters underperformed. When Danny Woodhead is your top scorer, you're gonna have a bad time. Our next matchup was really about as close as this week's 49ers vs. Texans game, with 6 players posting under 10 points for Crazy Cajuns. To Crazy Cajuns' dismay, Calvin Johnson pulled a Jadeveon Clowney this week, removing himself from the lineup about an hour before kickoff. Black Parade, despite Matt Schaub's best efforts, was able to post his first win of the season, despite still not having Tony Romo on this team. The Tar Heels were also able to pick up their first win of the season with their upset victory over Gridiron Gang, 131 to 124. Phillip Rivers showed a little of that Jay Cutler garbage time magic by spotting up 25 points despite throwing 3 interceptions against Oakland. Gridiron Gang has got to be a little upset, as his week-to-week scoring has been about as consistent as the Patriots' receiving corps. Gridiron Gang did make a decision that might have cost him the game. After picking up Terrell Pryor off waivers on Saturday, he chose to bench him for Alex Smith and Aaron Rodgers. Pryor outperformed both quarterbacks this week, outperforming Alex Smith by nearly 15 points. Looking at our next matchup, the aptly named underdogs are looking to remain underdogs throughout the rest of the season. Neither team were able to meet their expectations this week, but Clay Matthews' band has to feel a little bit better knowing that CJ Spiller was finally able to find the end zone. The underdogs do seem to be benefiting from a trade with Demarius Targaryen earlier in the season. The trade consisted of shipping out Chris Johnson and Mike Williams in exchange for Michael Floyd, Owen Daniels, and Steve Smith. But Steve Smith and Owen Daniels posted pretty decent numbers this week, although he left Mike Wallace on the bench to collect 17 points. Our final matchup this week took place between the first and second place teams, Demarius Targaryen and Severe Punishment. This matchup rivaled the fireworks put up in this week's Broncos-Cowboys game. Demarius Targaryen had nearly all of his players post double digits and had a Herculean effort by Julius Thomas. But despite all that, it wasn't nearly enough. Severe Punishment were the two-headed monster quarterback duo of Peyton Manning and Tony Romo had to battle this week, and collectively almost put up 100 points themselves. Severe Punishment was able to put up nearly 250 points this week, despite leaving Justin Blackman on the bench. After it was clear that the loss was coming this week, Demarius Targaryen was seen in public crying, shouting to the sky, and questioning the fantasy gods about their unjust vengeance. And now, for your viewing pleasure, we scored an exclusive interview with the reigning champion and current league leader, Severe Punishment. How are you doing, Severe?
I'm great. I'm 5-0.
After winning last year's league in the championship game, riding Alfred Morris to a 46-point game, how'd you feel coming into this season?
I felt great. I mean, I have full confidence in my team. Wasn't that tough of a matchup. I even left Greg Jennings on the bench just to make it close for him.
After the draft, how did you feel about your team going forward this season?
I felt great. I had the last pick, so that's all fair just because I'm the reigning champion. Luckily, the rest of the league didn't know how to draft, so I came out with 2 great quarterbacks, 3 great receivers, and I don't really need running backs.
Well, you're now 5-0. How do you feel going forward to the rest of the season?
I feel great. Maybe one week I may leave a couple of players on the bench, just take a couple people out just to make it closer, more challenging for me. But other than that, I mean, undefeated year coming up. The trophy's going to come back to my place, so whatever.
And lastly, do you have any words to say to the rest of the league?
Hey, whatever.
Alright, thank you, Severe. It's clear that you are a very humble man. and we look forward to future interviews. That's all we have time for today. Tune in next week, where I'm sure all of our Falcons fans will be relieved because their team can't lose next week. Have a good day.